Hello, you wonderful people. So today I thought we would merge two decks together. These are some of my new favourite decks, and they are both ocean decks, and they have both been released this year. So this one I used the last week, called Ocean Dreams by Danielle Noel. This one you have seen before. This is by Prism and Fleur, and it is called Salt Water Spirit. And they're both very new age, quite Egyptian, Atlantean, Lemurian, and worthy of merging together. I'm absolutely in love with both of these, and as a beach healer, sea witch, whatever you want to call, coastal druid, light worker, these are going to help with my seashell readings. So we have an orca agate here, which is calming, and we have the cleansing Caribbean calcite. So I'm just going to put those at each side. I'm just going to grab myself a glass of water and we'll begin. I've already shuffled them, but first of all, let's ground you. Just imagine you've got your feet on a beautiful large rock at the beach. Those of you who wish to can send your roots down into the sand below you. Down, down, and down where they root into the bedrock below your beach. Maybe finding a cleansing holy stone, or some flint, or some volcanic rock, or even the beautiful crystals. Take a breath in and let's protect you. I'm going to bring in the oceanic dragons. Imagine a serpent type dragon emerging out of the water and breathing his oceanic rainbows upon you, with the colours of white, of pink coral, of silver and gold, and of aquamarine, creating the shimmering oceanic rainbows around you, protecting and helping to cleanse you for the journeys ahead. Now we're just going to randomly pick a card from each deck as you sit at your inner cove, a place that you can go to whenever you need a bit of respite from a busy day. So, what do we need right now? And what do we need right now? Now, let's see how we can merge these together. So, I want you now just to walk down to the waters, the clear waters in your cove, and put your feet in. And the little gentle waves will just lap up over them. Remember, you have rainbow light around you, and you can visualize this as a bubble if you wish to, and it can be like a spacesuit, so it can hold oxygen within it, or you can breathe through the clavicle in between the collarbones, which was the last gill to close in your mother's womb. You will be able to see perfectly through these clear waters, and because of the protection that the dragon has gifted you, the salt will not sting your eyes. And if you wish to, just start walking deeper and deeper out into the bay. The dragon enters the water beside you, ever watchful, ever protective of you, his or her new friend. Deeper and deeper, the water is now at your knees. And if you wish, you can walk a little bit further out, or you can sink down to your knees in this beautiful, beautiful, clear sea. And just sink under it. Your hair kind of gets sucked up into that feeling and splays out all around you as you kick off, swimming like a dolphin. Your dragon is next to you, and we're heading out to the coral reef. It is perfectly safe, perfectly secure in this sacred cove, with your dragon next to you. You start to see the coral castles and the rock formations in front of you. You are the roots which provide nourishment to grow, and this is kind of like how the coral reef works. They build upon each other, they create community. The sea fans move in the currents, always filtering, always having to move. The anemones reach out and the little fish tickle it and clean it. And the brain coral forms wonderful clumps and flowers. Careful with your hands, some of them, the red coral, can sting and scratch. So if you wish to touch them, just touch them gently and don't drag your body over them. How clear it is. And you see that the coral shelves right down, and on the other side is the big blue, where a mother humpback nurses her calf, feeding as she does on the rich plankton in this warm nursery area of your cove. Now let's pick another card. What else do we need to know? And where else do we need to go in this glorious girdle of sea that reaches around the globe, connecting and uniting us all? We go on a voyage now down into the abyss, down the shelf that we've seen, Our dragon is with us protecting. If you wish to hold on to his spines to help you, that is fine. We go on this voyage, we go down and down and down. Feel the water rushing through your crown as we head into the pillars which are now encrusted of the ancient temple. And we swim right through the middle, leaving any of that emotional baggage, leaving any of those harmful thoughts, leaving anything that you wish to omit from your life as we swim through the abyss with our dragon, cleansing, clearing, shifting. As I just move the abalones through your aura, helping you as you swim through the colonnades of the sunken temple, the faces of the Hathors looking down upon you. Surely this is Atlantis, you wonder, or is this Lemuria? Forgotten worlds under the sea. Cleansing and clearing as you swim through the dark night of the soul and out of the other side. As we now choose another card. We leave the abyss behind. The relief is palpable. You feel it as you have shifted and moved beyond the veil into a calmer part of the sea. You have transformed as the octopus energy reaches out, a tentacle just to tickle you and draw some of the remaining residue out. Look at the patterns on your octopus friend. Does he blend in or does he shine out? That is for you to decide. But know that you can change at any time. Reach up now with your dragon as we go beyond the veil into a cave and step through a doorway leading out onto this amazing world beyond the veil, your imaginary world that is within you somewhere, in your soul, in your heart, and deep within the recesses of your mind, the parts we don't use anymore. As you clamber down the steps into this pink, pure water, your dragon slithers down quicker than you can't wait to get there. The pink coral sand is toasty warm on your feet, made up of the millions and billions of shells of coral that has been ground by the parrotfish, ready to also aid in your healing as we shake off the remainder. Shake away those worries that you cannot transform because everybody has the potential. Just float now on your back in the pink waters. The pink waters beyond the veil, shimmering light and love and happiness and rest. Inviting those light codes in from this ethereal inner world, inner landscape within you. And know that the water holds you. Feel the pressure being taken off any of the joints and the aches that you have in your body as the water buoyancy holds you up. And breathe out. Breathe in the love and breathe out any anxiety. And know that this magical ethereal place has got your back. As we now choose another card for our journey today, thanking our guides, our dragon, and our monad, our soul family, for enabling and holding space for us. And we look towards the rocks of perhaps these Lemurian waters that we have entered. We see the blue crab scuttling sideways, as it recalibrates before it moves forward, allowing new experiences into your life. It takes great strength to move forward, but you have been restored. You have also been transformed into the newer, braver you. You have grown up from the mud and reached up for the sky at the top of the pond with no mud upon you now. A pure, clean lotus opens in your heart. It opens at your crown. And you can see these now growing up through the lake here in the Lemurian waters. Some of them are pink and some of them are the blue session lotuses of the ancient Egyptian energies. Reach down your nose and draw in the scent, the intoxicating scent of the lotus. Butterflies emerge out of the tree canopy where the lotuses rest and open in the shadows. Sorry, not lotuses, the orchids. Tumbling down off every tree in this beautiful, unspoilt world within your soul. And the waterfall, perhaps clear water or of many colours, trickles and creates that dreamscape sound. As your eye rests upon this crab, suddenly he starts to move forwards. He has stopped his indecision and he is now moving forward with his life, able to live on the land, but also able to live in the water. The moon phase governs his life and his breeding. Excuse the washing machine sound. This is a liminal space. This holds all of your expectations, and anything can be created in your mind and heart. We pull another card. I do apologise for the outside sounds, and now roadmen have turned up. So we've cleared the space now in this underwater temple of the sea, and we are making space for your conception of ideas. Divine alignment of multiple aspects has come together just for you. The flower starts to bloom and open for your ideas and your wishes and your projects, even your children if that is what you wish to manifest. The temple of the sea holds energy for all of these as life came out of the sea. When Gaia was created, there was only sea. And as the land emergencies erupted and moved, and then the seas flooded again, and then the land moved and rose again, and then it was flooded, and this has happened hundreds and hundreds of times. There are always avenues of possibilities open. There are always at least 2 paths for you to walk down, maybe more. And all I can say to you is go with your gut. Your head can be wrong, your heart can be wrong, but your gut is not wrong. Your gut in the primordial waters of your inner being knows. And if you need to come back to these temples of the sea within your own soul, then do so. Each time you need to make a decision, come to these underwater temples. Ask the dragon to accompany you. Ask your guides and your soul family, your monad, to help you with this and hold the space. So before we leave this place, before we enter back into our world, I want you just to reach your hand down into the mud and find an object. It'll either be a shell or a crystal, and pull it up. What have you been gifted from this journey? And then I'd like you to just imagine placing it into your body in some part. It can be a chakra, it can be a limb, it can be your mind. And then I would like you to climb upon your dragon friend. Hold on to the spines or his gills. And he is now going to start the journey back from this temple of the sea, away from the Lemurian waters, leaving the land and the sea crabs, walking back through, up the steps and through the doorway beyond the veil, and back into the waters. Now you are coming out of the abyss. You're leaving the octopus behind. Has he changed colours again? And now you rise out of the abyss. You swim, you take your voyage upwards towards the light, up the sides of the coral reef, and look up as you feel the water rushing through your crown and out of your feet, and you head towards that point of light. You breach the surface, taking a gulp of fresh air, and you are back at your inner cove. Your dragon brings you right into the sandy shallows, and you bump against the sand. You climb down off your friend, and you just lie there, reaching out and sort of playing with the wet, gloopy sand, basking in the shallows like a manta ray who suns itself in the warm, cool waters. Warm, cool waters, does that make sense? Whatever. And now you are just going to grow roots out, pushing down through the sand, pushing down into the bedrock, into the crystals underneath. And if roots aren't for you, because some people say they're not for you, just imagine placing your feet on these stones. The orca agate who kept you calm, and the Caribbean calcite who cleansed you. Take a breath in and breathe out. Heave yourself up, and you and your dragon will now emerge out of the waters. Look up at the beach for a hammock slung between two trees at the tree line. And go and rest in it and let the sun dry you off after this beautiful healing journey with the 2 oracle decks. The salt water has cleansed your spirit and you have had an ocean dream. So, thank you for joining me today. We thank Spirit for holding space for us and bringing these beautiful cards, and I must thank Danielle, Noel, and Prism and Fleur for creating these amazing visuals for us. So I will put their details in the show notes, and I shall probably be returning to these because I'm loving the format of creating stories and healings around decks of cards. Love and light, peace and healing upon your day.